Hello everyone, welcome to the program. This is Politics Today live on Channels Television. I'm Showakim Baloye here in Abuja. It's a Friday reading of political crises across the political lines. The PDP, the APC will have their own share of political crisis. And I'm going to be dragging you into that crisis. Well, not literally, but in some sense, for you to have a sense of what exactly is going on in the two political parties. So stick around with me, everyone. Tonight, I'll get you straight into the heart of the matter, and let me get straight into what has become a suspension and counter-suspension. Now, it's begun with the suspension of Mr. Debo Ologunagba, who is the National Publicity Secretary of the PDP, and of course the National Legal Advisor of the People's Democratic Party. But it's been how many hours now? About 24 hours since that has happened. But now we are understanding that Mr. Debo Ologunagba has come out with a press statement issued indicating that Mr. Damagum and the Secretary of the party have now also been suspended. So it's a suspension and counter-suspension. But a court order has eventually emerged talking about Mr. Damagum and his position as the national chairman of the People's Democratic Party. And the court today is giving an order barring the organs of the party from suspending Mr. Damagum as the national chairman of the party. Well, as that was going on, and all of those activities going on, in Bayelsa State, Mr. Damagum, alongside some party leaders, met with the governor of Bauchi State, Senator Bala Mohammed. In that meeting, they were meeting and discussing the future of the party, the issue, the crises, and they came out to brief journalists about what they deliberated on. Let me allow you to listen to Mr. Damagum and Governor Bala Mohammed.
I want to use this opportunity to tell Nigerians that PDP is a brand. It's the only surviving party since 1998. We have tested so many turbulences. We have come out of it strong. And today, we are reorganizing ourselves, uniting ourselves to make sure that come 2027, we take what rightfully belongs to us.
We have discussed everything from relationship, interrelationship, and personal relationship, my friendship with him, and how we have really disagreed on other issues. And we, as I said, we have decided that henceforth we will not allow gap, and we will make sure that we resolve all these issues. We are not recognizing any faction. We are together as a body, and definitely will, at the end of the day, resolve. No faction in the PDP. And that is the benefit of that he is doing to me by coming and agreeing that we should do that. We don't have to tell you our decision, because the final decision does not rest on us, the two of us, but other members that are stakeholders within the PDP, governors, and within the BOT, within the caucus, and other stakeholders.
So, interesting scenario playing out. Politicians, whatever they say behind closed door or in darkness, well, when I say in darkness, because they have nocturnal meetings, so a lot of those things don't actually come to light. And imagine that a lot of people don't know the import of what they discuss in behind closed door. But of course, the details of what happened in court today was the fact that the Federal High Court in Abuja restrained the National Executive Committee of the party and the Board of Trustees of the party from removing Mr. Umar Damagum as the acting national chairman of the party. Now, this is where it gets very interesting. Justice Peter Lifu ordered that no person other than Damagum should be recognized as PDP national chairman until the party's national convention scheduled for December 2025. That is the interesting part. Justice Lifu issued the restraining order against the PDP, NEC, and BOT and others while delivering judgment in a suit instituted against them by Senator Umar El Agash Maina. The judge held that in line with Articles 42, 47, and 67 of the PDP, it is only the national convention of the party that and the national officers of that party can be elected, and that is the organ where you have the election of the party officials at that level. Well, according to the court today and Justice Lifo, is that PDP members are bound by the party's constitution and must always act in line with it. Now, the big question is, where lies the suspension of Debo Ologunagba and the legal advisor? Where lies the suspension of Mr. Damagum in light of his court order? And what is the way forward for the PDP? Now, don't forget, Mr. Damagum is an acting national chairman who is standing in the absence of Senator Yocha Ayu, who had stepped aside as being the national chairman of the party. So much to talk about this. So there's one man also who is left the National Working Committee, but he has not left in part because he's still very much involved in what goes on. A former journalist, it's laughing. Kola Ologodiyan, a former National Public Secretary of the PDP. Thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Sheon,
what is wrong with your party?
Sheon, good evening.
Good evening. What is wrong with your party?
Good evening, Nigeria.
The last time that you were here,
yes,
you were defending that your party is not in crisis. Now, that those who are not describing your party as though it's in crisis, they say it's in chaos.
So before I go into this issue, once again, let me clear, because I'm standing before Nigerians and I'm standing before the world. I am not a former journalist. I am a journalist. I know there's a relationship between journalism, politics, priesthood, because all these are meant to serve the people.
I'm just pulling your leg.
So I'm still in service.
I know it tickles you when I say former journalist. I'm just looking for your trouble.
I'm still absolutely in service. But having said that,
yeah,
you know, like if you listen to Governor Bala Mohammed, and I know you did, he made something very clear that we'll come out of this united.
That's like almost, and that's what we hear every time.
And that is PDP for you. From these ashes, we will rise once again. But now going into the issue, there's nothing wrong with our party. But I don't know if there's something wrong with the ousted chairman of the party.
And who is?
Ambassador Elias Udamagum. He's been ousted.
How?
You just said that he has been suspended from the party.
But he's not the only one that has been suspended.
Yeah, but whoever is suspended no longer functions.
So in your own view, right?
Yes.
How many people have been suspended by the party?
Well, the one that concerns me, which I think that concerns majority of Nigerians who are interested in good governance, is that Ambassador Elias Udamagum lacks the capacity. He has no demonstrable capacity to lead our party to any success. And it has shown from his record. So, his own member, and thank God the judgment that you just read, never said that then his colleagues in the working committee has no right to suspend him. I didn't hear that from the judgment.
But,
let me make my point.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I didn't hear that from the judgment.
Yeah, but
his own members.
You have cherry-picked on the question that I asked.
No, let me finish now. I will go back to your question.
Yeah.
The members of the working committee, his own members, have said that he can no longer preside over them, and they have suspended him. So that is it. So you said that who has been suspended? There was a statement signed by Chinwe Nnorom, a staff of the party, claiming that Debo Ologunagba, Kamaldeen Ajibade had been suspended. So can you suspend our respected leader here, John Momo? Can you suspend him from office? I'm sorry for asking a question.
He's my employer.
He's your employer.
He's my boss.
Thank you very much. So how can anybody take a suspension letter from a staff of PDP to an elected, to two elected officials of the party? How can anybody take that serious? How can? He's not a member of the working committee. But he's not a member of NEC. He's not a member of the board of trustees. And These are the organs of the party. And he's issuing a letter.
The Deputy National Publicity Secretary had come out to say
the Deputy National Publicity Secretary of the party, the Deputy National Secretary of while we were in working committee, and I say this with every sense of responsibility, only the Deputy National Secretary serves directly in the working committee. Other deputies don't. So if the deputy national public secretary comes out to say something, did he attend the meeting? Did he attend the NWC meeting?
But the law of your party says that if you, for example, as you were the national public secretary of the PDP, if you were not available, suspended, or removed from office, your deputy automatically kicks in.
As a member of the national public secretary, as a member of the national working committee, as then national public secretary of the party, if I will be removed from the office, it is not a lazy staff of the party, not even the admin officer of the party will write a letter of suspension to me. It's not possible.
No,
I just ask you
what if the NWC instructed?
There is no instruction. There's no way. There's no way any chairman of the PDP who knows the onions, who has the capacity of leadership, would direct his staff to suspend an elected officer. It doesn't add up. It doesn't make any sense. So the action in itself is a nullity.
So if, for example,
there's no record in the PDP. There's no record in the PDP, and you can check this here. I know you have the capacity, in which a staff of the PDP will remove an... Okay, if you go to National Assembly now, can a staff of National Assembly remove a senator or a member of the House of Rep? Look, what is happening in this country is so disturbing because the values are being lost on a daily basis. People no longer treasure those things that we respect. And I don't know why. So
you imagine also that Debo and Ajibade that have been suspended by the party came around the day later, and they are also suspending the secretary and the acting national chairman.
I have established the fact before you hear that Chinwe Norom does not have the powers.
It was one who issued it.
It does not have any power anywhere.
But he's an agent of the party.
Wait now.
No, just a moment.
See,
just a moment.
Yes,
just a moment.
Yes.
In the eye of the law,
yes.
Chinwe is an agent of the party.
No, Chinwe, as an agent of as a staff of the party.
Yes, he's an agent of the party.
Can be asked to make communications because he's a director in the media department.
On behalf of the party.
Under the instruction of the National Publicity Secretary, he can be asked to make comment, to write something out, but not for Chinwe to issue a circular. Look, we are supposed to be running a party.
If
not
just a moment, for the sake hold on, just a moment, for the sake of our viewers who are watching, and the benefit of your service at the NWC of the party, naturally, if such a suspension were to take place, who signs it off, and from whose office does it come from?
So if such a suspension was to take place, the NWC members in their meeting will put that to vote, will take a decision, and it will be in the extract of the minutes of that meeting. And acting upon that, any member of the working committee will have been mandated to go out, since the public secretary was no longer there, not even the deputy, because he didn't attend the meeting.
Because he was naturally not a member of the NWC.
He's naturally not a member of the NWC. So what will have happened? Maybe the secretary, the national secretary, maybe the deputy national secretary, as the case might be, will go out.
Or as assigned.
As the case might be, even if it's assigned, as the case might be, will now go out and make the press call. These are just happened in the meeting. And we are telling you officially. Or even the secretary can do a communication to that effect.
But it can never come from any of the directorates.
A staff. Sacking an elected.
So it's an aberration as far as the administration of the party is concerned.
As far as the administration of the PDP, it's also clearly the caliber of people who claim to be taking decisions in the party. It just shows you what we are talking about, how based they have reduced this party to. You understand? It just shows you.
Your party is in trouble. If from what, if the leadership, you like to shy away from it, but the fact remains that if you have a driver who do not understand the terrain and the road, he ain't you in trouble and is the one driving you. The way you have described what is going on in your party, it does look like your party is in trouble. And that is because you're saying that if this is the caliber of people leading your party, who are running their, shows that there's a problem.
I didn't say so.
And maybe that's why the nation rejected your party.
No.
Because if I'm asking a question.
Don't let us go into
why
that.
are you vexed now, Kola?
You know it as a fact. You know what happened in the election now, and it has happened, and we have followed the procedure, and the procedure said no, you can't get it, and we have accepted our fate. But we say let us restructure to rebuild. You understand? Let us restructure to rebuild. But what are you witnessing in the party since Damagum became acting chairman?
What did Damagum do for you? Because you have been speaking against Damagum. Did he personally offend you?
You have asked this question the last time I came here. You even went for that to ask whether I wanted to be chairman. And I said I don't want to be chairman. And I'm still repeating tonight. I have no personal problem with the ousted chairman, Ambassador Elias Damagum. I don't have any problem with him. I'm not interested in his office. I have told him to his face, he himself. But I am concerned as a Nigerian.
What did he do exactly that makes you think that he's not fit to be the national chairman of the party?
No, it's not about being fit or not being fit. His own colleagues, did I remove him? Did I sign his suspension letter? Did I announce his suspension letter? No.
Let's analyze something.
You brought me here to come and speak.
All right, go ahead, please.
So it's not about me, Sheon. It's about what his colleagues think about him. They say he can no longer provide the required leadership. And I saw they are suspending him. How do I come in? You only ask me to come here to come and analyze the situation.
Absolutely.
So it's nothing personal.
Does it also mean that you are of the anti-Wiki extraction of the PDP?
Sheon, I don't believe in this pro and anti slogan. And I think I've said it on the platform.
For your narrative, narrative also follows.
Is it only Wiki that brought Damagum to office? I was watching Wiki on one of the programs we had with him, where he said that both Ayahu and both Ayahu and Damagum, that he was not responsible for them coming to the office. It was a program, maybe in an interview in his office or on this platform. He made it clear. So, is he the owner of Damagum? Is Wiki the owner of Damagum? Now you're not asking whether I am for pro or
no, but it has been established in some way
I'm not
that Kola Ologbodiyan is an article in your disposition.
Thank you for this question. I will explain it this night, Sheon. People talk that, the disposition is towards article. My disposition is not towards Wiki. Please go and check when Wiki was campaigning, when he came to my home state, in Kogi State, whether I was there or not, whether I spoke or not. So when people come and say that, you are doing certain things for certain interests, it's always very funny to me. I am a committed member of the People's Democratic Party. And I know that the PDP, as created and designed by the founders, means well for Nigerians. And that's why you can't find me elsewhere. I have a commitment to this party. Some of us were full soldiers when the party was being put together. I have eminent Nigerians who come from my own home state, who were at the funding level. And I speak about SB Awoni. I speak about General Jemi Bewon. I speak about Tunde Ogbeha. So we related, we knew how this process was done. So it's not about whether I'm committed to one individual or not. I am committed to the People's Democratic Party in the interest of Nigeria and Nigerians. And I will stand always on the path of truth. Let's say you are a journalist like me. You know what truth means to us. So it doesn't matter. I cannot contrive anything. I was a member of the National Working Committee for 4 years. It is only our own working committee, without a change, that did a full term. I have a responsibility to that party. And if we are being misled or we are being misguided, I have a duty to say that this is wrong.
So under Damagum, you think that your party is going astray?
If it's not going astray, why did his own colleague remove him?
Let me ask you, let's analyze the order of justice that came from Justice Lifu's court. That order says that Damagum cannot be removed until December 2022.
I'm not
2025.
Sheon, I'm not a lawyer. And even unlike you, who is now studying law, I've not had the privilege of going to school to study law. But every constitution that we operate, every statute, including the Electoral Act, all the laws that we operate in this country are written in English. and I can read and understand. So I don't need a lawyer, except I have a matter in court for me to know. So there are plethora of judgments and rulings where it has been clearly stated that the court is not a manager of political parties. So court, except where fundamentally individual human rights have been encroached upon, the court cannot come and tell a political party that this is how you are going to function. But I want to leave it at that.
But where did they clear dispute put before the court? The court has
when you now say when
the
the court
duty to resolve such.
You are leading me to a path I don't want to do. You understand? But let me just say this: if a court now come to say that you must not sanction a member of your party, how do you explain it? If a court now says that we will tell you how you are going to hold your election, I don't understand it. Well, let me add this. Go and read section 47(6). I brought the Constitution here the last time that we spoke. I read it to you. It's clearly stated where the vacancy occurs. The executive at that level will produce a replacement from the area or zone which the predecessor comes from. I may not quote it verbatim, but this is what it says classically. And on the face of that, will the court now say that, I'm happy with a part of that judgment that we read. He said we should stand with our constitution. I think you read something like that. So if members of the NWC, which at any rate were not captured even in that judgment, now say that no, so you cannot longer preside. So have they flouted any law?
Let me ask you, as it stands right now, when does the tenure of Vice President NWC end?
It ends in December 2025.
So that's what the court meant by it has to.
The court cannot
see to the execution of.
The court can say what it pleases, but you know that there are levels of court. So if the trial court says this, and you know that what the trial court has said is not absolutely true, you know you have the right, you reserve the right to go to the next level.
But why is it difficult for your party to hold a NEC that will determine a convention or create a process by which Yocha Ayu can be substantively replaced?
Thank you very much, Seun, for that question. I want to plead of you. Please bring Damagum to this seat. Let him come and face Nigerians and answer this question. This is the third postponement of NEC until the Board of Trustees, led by Senator Adolphus Wabara, at their meeting yesterday, said that the NWC must ensure that this slated NEC holds, which is slated for October 24, there are succession of postponement of NEC. I don't know what the chap is.
But you wanted to speak at the last NEC. What happened to you?
Seun, you are not a member of the People's Democratic Party.
You'll be shocked or think some of us know.
Seun, you are not a member of the PDP.
But you know, I've been a political journalist for some time.
Oh yes, we cover politics together. But what I'm saying is this: since you are not a member of PDP, and I have not been mandated to come here to come and disclose what happened at NEC.
Is it right or not that you wanted to speak, but you were not able to speak?
I don't know. You know, you asked this question the last time.
But is it true or not?
You understand?
Is it true, true that you wanted to speak and you could not speak?
Whether it is true or it is not true, Seun, we'll leave that aside. The question now is that
the reason why I'm asking
Mr.
Ologbodino, is that
I've said that he can no longer be their chairman.
You have said that this matter would have been raised at NEC, and NEC would have resolved for the way forward for the party.
I've said that
the way forward, yes, you wanted to raise it. Yes. I'm saying, why did you not raise it?
Where?
At the NEC.
Leave NEC matter now. I'm not supposed to come here and come and be telling you what transpired at our NEC.
Well, you bribed not to say it.
Not to say what?
So tell Nigerians what happened.
Not to say what?
What happened? Why did you not
I'm your professional colleague, and we're entitled and we have abundant right to speak the truth the way it is, where it is required. at this moment, what you are asking for is not required.
All right, just before I allow you, because I know that you had some engagement, you just considered to be able to appear on this program tonight. What is the way forward from your own standpoint, Kola?
It's very clear. The colleagues of Damagum said it's not fit to be their chairman. So let the stakeholders, let the NEC, stakeholder, our governors, let everybody come together and design it, how to move forward. So let me give you a classical example. When we were going to leave office, it was a situation like this. Our chairman, Uche Secondus, had been suspended. And he obeyed that suspension and stayed back. And they say, you must leave office. And we took a decision among ourselves, those of us who were on the same path. And we agreed, Sheung, that this party was handed over to us to guide and to lead. Because as at the time, Secondus led us into the working committee. I'm not sure we had up to 10 states. We have been able to raise it to 14 states before APC came and hijacked one, which they stole, which is Imo State. So, and we decided that we will not break this party. We will not create a crisis. We will not create the kind of chaos that we are talking about now in the party. We will just hand it over to those who called us and gave us the party. And we handed the party back to the founders, to the leaders in peace. Look, why will the ousted chairman, Ambassador Elias Damagum, be running from court to court, be chasing after others, be carrying his own committee where he presides to court, be taking BOT to court, be taking... I've never heard of it.
It's interesting. Mr. Kola Ologbodiyan was the National Publicity Secretary of the People's Democratic Party and an advocate for change within the party. Thank you so much.
You are just looking for a tag. I'm just
looking for your trouble.
No.
Thank you so much indeed.
Thank you very much.
And I wish your party peace.
No, we'll come out of it. Yeah. I can assure you, and I want to assure Nigerians, whatever is happening now, it's just a momentary affair. It's a family affair. We will resolve
since the days of Obasanjo.
We will resolve.
PDP crisis has always been a family affair.
We will resolve.
Thank you so much indeed. We'll take a break, everyone. But when we are back from the break, we are not yet done with the crisis rocking the political system in Nigeria. I will take you inside the APC. Trouble. In fact, one of Bola Tinubu's ministers has been suspended. We'll find out why after this break, everyone. Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us on the program. Interesting scenario playing out in Bayelsa APC. Well, the APC there has now suspended the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Senator Anikin Lopobri, and the party's 2019 governorship candidate in Bayelsa State, Mr. David Lyon, for alleged anti-party activities. The suspension extends to the State Commissioner for Power, Karim Kumoko, and Commissioner for Lands and Survey, Perez Bewari, and the former APC State Chairman, Mr. Jothan Amos, an ex-official member of the National Executive Council, God bless Diriwari, and Southern Ijaw APC youth leader, Sabi Morgan. Where party stakeholder and APC chairman were 3 Southern Ijaw, Umebi Fuebi, including all ward executive members, as well as the APC Ward 4 Southern Ijaw, Mr. Claudius Odobu, and all the ward executive members were all suspended by the party. At a briefing to journalists separately earlier today in the capital, which is Yenagua, the chairman of the APC in Ekeremo local government area, Mr. Mitim Enyekanemi, flanked by the local government executive members, handed Mr. Lopobri and Kumoko indefinite suspension. Let me allow you to listen to some of the soundbite of what happened earlier today in Yenagua.
It is on record that from the day he was appointed as minister, he has been fighting the party in Bayelsa State and has refused to make peace. It is on this note that we, the undersigned executive of the Kirimo Local Government Area, APC, hereby suspend Enikin Lukobri and Engineer Karim Kumuku indefinitely.
As it stands now, Bayelsa State does not have valid ESCO from the state to the world level. And so I don't know if they are not aware, which the person that purported to be the chairman of a Kirimo was in court also that day, and so is fully aware of the actual or current situation of the party in Bayelsa. So you can't put something on nothing, and therefore there is no suspension. In the eye of the law, this guy does not exist. So for me, it's not something to be worried about because Bayelsa does not have valid ESCO.
Heard all of what has happened and transpired today. So I'm being joined on the program by Chief Easy Yakia, who is a member of the APC in Bayelsa State, and Mr. Marlin Daniel, former APC State Secretary in Bayelsa. Thanks so much, gentlemen, for coming tonight.
Thank you.
There are those who say that this is predominantly a battle about the leadership of the APC in Bayelsa State. And you can take it back to 2019 when David Lyon emerged as a candidate of the party. Unfortunate, on the eve of his assumption of office, the court removed him from being the governor of Bayelsa. So since then, there's been a tussle on who becomes the leader, who is a real leader of the APC in Bayelsa State. I don't know if I'm right or wrong. Let me begin with you.
Thank you very much. The issues with respect to leadership of Bayelsa APC is not in contention because the party has a constitution, and the constitution of the party is very clear. In a state where there's a sitting governor, the sitting governor is the leader of the party. In a state where there's a former governor, the former governor is the leader of the party. And we all know very well that Bayelsa State APC has a former governor who was a former minister, who has been a former assembly member, His Excellency Chief Whip Receiver, who have led the party through all this while. He was a foundation member of the party. He's been through thick and time, ensuring that the party is stable. He was able to drag the party to a point where in 2019, like you said, the party won the governorship seats. And if not for that Supreme Court unfortunate judgment, the rest would have been history. But the truth of the matter is that it's so funny when you see persons who begin to look at politics of stomach infrastructure and begin to forget the cardinal issues of political ideology. In politics, we should try to put ideology forward so we can be able to look at the next generation.
So your own idea, Mr. Easy, is the fact that Timi Presiva is the leader of APC in Bayelsa State.
He remains the leader of the party, the substantive leader, who has done so much to build that party and brings everybody together. All the persons you have mentioned, name it, from the foundation of Bayelsa to today, have passed through the political tutelage of His Excellency Chief Whip Receiver.
Who is the highest political office holder in Bayelsa today?
In the constitution of the party, like when the party wants to hold its national NEC meeting, the ministers are not invited to attend the executive NEC meeting of the party. Critical stakeholders, the ministers are not there. The former governor is a very substantive personality.
But the representative, as of now, of the party in the state, at the national level,
is His Excellency Chief Whip Receiver. He is the leader of the party.
And not Minister Lukobri.
Hey, Shehu, check your record, check the constitution of the party. The constitution of the party is similar to the constitution of PDP, it's similar to every other constitution. The former governor remains leader. What if the minister is removed tomorrow from office? You think the next person will not become leader? Is that how they change leadership? Leadership is something that will be sustainable. It must have some depth.
So Lukobri is not the leader of the APC?
Lukobri himself knows he's not the leader. Because let me ask a critical question before you cut me, Shehu. In 2015, when the Excellency Chief the leader of APC, nominated Henry Lukobri to become the Minister for State Agriculture. Why didn't he say he was the leader then? Then he was very loyal, he was very submissive. He accepted Chief Whip Receiver as the leader of the party. Then he was a minister, though a Minister for State Agriculture. Today he's still Minister for State Petroleum. 2015, we are very conversant with the facts. He accepted Siva as his leader. So what had changed between 2015 and 2023? You see, sometimes we should
Is it not the same division that made your party lose the election? And there are those who are established that worked against your party, that Timi Presiva could not even get as much of the vote for him to win the election.
No,
is that what happened?
No. You are aware of that election, though the Supreme Court had made this affirmation. But in that election, you saw where election results were collated at the State Coalition Center instead of the units and the wards where they were supposed to be collated normally. That is the same case where Edo is crying today. In politics, when you shoot yourself on the foot, you begin to wonder. In that last election, we saw that there was a lot of traitors, and we cannot go into an election with traitors. Rather, it's better to go in with few soldiers who are humble, who are submissive, who are loyal to the party. That is why the last election, a lot of traitors were there, and they worked against the party from within the party. That is why this suspension is very, very germane, it's very fundamental, and it's very important.
So,
you need
so
to
Lopobri and Lion stand suspended. Is that your position?
That is the true position as of today.
Just a moment.
Because let me remind you.
Just a moment. Just a moment. Let me allow Mr. Merlin Daniel to come in. So, is it true that Lopobri is not the leader of the APC in Bayelsa State? Well,
Shenwu, you know, it's obvious.
And I'm asking you because a lot of people watching now, you have a capacity as a former state secretary.
A pioneer state secretary.
So
the person
you should know.
The person who hosted the flag, the APC flag in Bayelsa, I did it. There's no contention. I worked for that party.
Who is the leader of the APC in Bayelsa?
It's Henneken Lopobri as it stands now.
What about Temipre Silva?
Temipre Silva was. He was.
In what capacity?
Can you be a leader and stop being a leader?
Of course, it's politics. It's politics. I was the leader of my local government, being the founder of the party in my local government. Today, I'm not the leader. The person that is, in fact, the purported chairman of this purported state chairman was somebody I brought into the party.
Why is it difficult for your group to accept Temipre Silva as a leader of the APC in Bayelsa?
I am not a member of any group. I am talking as a builder, one of the builders of APC in Bayelsa. In fact, we were 3 persons that built that party in Bayelsa. Not even Silva. Silva was in Abuja. Silva went to Bayelsa for the first time since APC was formed. For the first time, the day Buhari was going for his campaign. For the first time, a night to that day, we built the party. Myself, the party chairman then, the deputy party chairman, and a few others, one Barrister Perez Perotus, and a few others. We were only coming to report to Silva here. We did the work in Bayelsa. So I have every authority to talk on this matter.
You are disowning Temipre Silva by his conduct, not by his status.
No, not by his conduct.
You heard what Mr. Izzy explained.
Not by his conduct.
That by the virtue of the fact that he still stands as the last surviving APC governor in APC. That makes him the substantive leader and the face of the APC in Bayelsa. Do you disagree?
No, I disagree completely. Today, if anything is happening in that state, it is the minister that will be called upon. And there is no time a minister will not be as far as the federal government exists. At every point in time, there must be a minister from the party. So as long as it is now, Silva has been the leader. As long as it is now, Lopobri is the leader. There's no dispute about it.
Is a minister a voting voice to the neck of the party?
Thank you.
The minister.
I mean, to the national convention of the party.
Voting.
Yeah.
Of course, they are special delegates.
But they are not voting.
They vote as special delegates.
It's part of the caucus of the party.
They vote as special delegates for any convention.
Because the last meeting that they were supposed to call off,
in fact,
last month, when the list of those invited for the national caucus meeting that normally takes place after the next meeting, if you go through that list, no minister from any state is involved.
You would have waited.
The problem with Nigeria is that the problem of our politics is that we mix politics and governance. Ministerial position is a governance structure. You see, in organized crimes, you don't mix politics and governance because you need to allow the political system to be able to grow into the next generation. But it's when we begin to drag in governance issues, ministerial position. What is the business of a minister and the leader? Excuse me.
Just for a moment.
Yeah,
I've not come to you,
okay.
Sir. Is it the reason why some of you worked against Temipre Silva?
Nobody worked against Silva. Nobody.
But what about this talk about the fact that there are those who actively, in the APC in Bayelsa State,
Thank you,
worked against the failure?
Substantiate it.
thank you.
Substantiate it.
You are the players
In
there.
fact, from the beginning, I addressed a press conference at the National Secretariat during the primaries. I told the party that if they don't choose David Lyon as a candidate, we are going to lose that election. And in fact, Shehu, let me tell you, the eyes have ears. Every Nigerian knew that it would have been a war. The day they gave ticket to Timothy Silva, APC was celebrating. I mean, PDP was celebrating. They did a party in Government House, as we were told, because the election became easier for them to win.
How easy?
So, are you saying that Timothy Silva at the time was not sellable?
At all.
He was not a candidate that could defeat Doyediri.
I'm telling you boldly. In fact, Silva knows.
How easy?
He knows.
How easy?
That he can't win that election. He knows.
Well, let me come quickly to Mr. Easy. It stands today, and I'd like to throw this to you so that you can see. There is a particular release that have come from APC in Ekremo, Ward 10, Ekremo LGA, and to the fact that the chairman of the APC in the Ekremo local government area of Bayelsa State, Honorable Enye Kenemi, Senator Mitin, has been indefinitely suspended from the party, commencing from today, the 11th of October 2024. And the suspension of Enye Kenemi, Senator Mitin, is as a result of anti-party activities, factionalization, high-handedness, and abuse of office, which, according to them, is inimical to the reputation of the party. They want further to say the members of the general public are advised not to recognize or deal with Honorable Mitin Enekene as a member of the party until further notice. How do you react to that, Mr. Izzy?
Thank you very much. I'm glad the constitution is of the parties by you. This latest letter you're reading now is an afterthought. And when you read through the lines and begin to look at the paragraphs, you see that it's a copy from the earlier suspension that was done on the early part of today.
Can the man who has been removed from office suspend?
That is the point. So how can you wake up?
No, they say that this it was in existence before he took that decision.
No. It's a recent letter that came up now. It's a recent letter that came up because the truth of the matter is that I'm a very sincere politician. Though I'm a private person, because I have a private address. I'm into real estate and global development. So at every point in time, I know what I'm talking about. The issues are that this letter now is an afterthought. The basic line is that you can see a minister of a federal republic who have been nominated to represent the states that did not go with the governorship candidate of the states in the November 11 election throughout the campaigns.
Was he invited?
Can you give me space, please? That did not go with the candidate of the party to campaign around the 8 local governments, the 24 constituency, and all the creeks, nooks and crannies that we as party chieftains went through to campaign with the candidate. Do you see a minister of a state that will be a minister that does not bother about the critical issues that affect the party, that rather thought about opening his private campaign, opening his private office, a parallel office, and you begin to fight the party? One bad aspect of Nigerian politicians is biting the finger that always feeds you.
You claim that he's fighting the party. How?
He's fighting the party because for you to go and open a parallel secretariat, for you to fractionalize the party, for you to hobnob with the government of the day, for you to
How is he doing that?
You have seen in several forums that he has gone on several meetings in government house to hold meetings where he declared himself as the leader of the party in the state. It's public notice. Look, Shehu, to me, I believe that politics should be after the next generation. But when we begin to see politicians who look at their stomach and begin to look at their family, their cronies, and begin to bring partisan interest into issues, to me it's not too fair. Because let me tell you one thing.
Just a moment.
Even when the president was campaigning for the 2023 presidential election, what was the role that the minister played? Which impact did he make? He was rather in Rivers State with the present minister, Yeso Wike, in Rivers State, before he was nominated. And Silva gave tacit approval for that nomination for ministerial position. Then you now, excuse me, then you now turn around.
Just a moment.
Then you now turn around
Just a moment.
to begin
Let
to
me
look
ask
at
you,
how. Yeah, thank you.
Can a ward ESCO remove a minister at the national level? Do they have the capacity to?
Politics is local. And today, if you're a politician, Shehu, If there's any issue, you go back to your ward, you go back to your local government. Even the president, His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, today, if he's called upon, he will leave Abuja and go to his place in Lagos to go and vie within the local environment. So politics is local. Right. You must first of all be suspended from your local area, because at the end of the day, that's why you vote. Right. So the suspension is substantive, and I endorse it tacitly, because that is the only way we can unite the party. That is the only way we can build the party. Because it's high time we begin to look at how to take the shots out of those persons that are brought back.
Mr. Daniel, how do you react to what he said?
You see, it's obvious that he doesn't know the happenings in the party from all that he has submitted. You see, the campaign, I was a member of the Tinubu campaign organization. Outside.
Look at your constitution.
Please. I was a member of the Tinubu campaign organization, South-South. And I know the effort David Lyon and Henikin Lobobri did in Tinubu campaign in Bayelsa. They virtually sponsored the movement. So we were going from one local government to the other.
Why did they follow the candidate to campaign for the governorship election?
David Lyon brought his money to do the work for Tinubu all through that period.
So Timipri Silva was not to be found?
In fact, the secretariat, the campaign office Timipri Silva opened for Tinubu campaign was not open all through the campaign.
I work in that secretariat now.
The door was not open.
I was working there now.
Find out, ask people.
I was working there.
The door was not open until the day Tinubu was going to Bayelsa. Silva do not go to Bayelsa until that day. And immediately, in fact, the vice president was still at the airport, and Silva left the vice president and left Bayelsa.
That's not true.
You don't know.
I was there.
You don't know. You were not there.
You were part of the convoy to the vice president.
You were not there.
How can you say that?
Can you tell me
how can we come to national television to mix up issues concerning the presidency?
At the airport?
How can we come to national television
Can you tell me the incident that happened
to mix up issues relating to presidency?
Tinubu,
look the constitution. Please, Shehu, read the constitution. Who is the leader of the party in the state?
As per the suspension,
yes.
Let me tell you, I'm a lawyer. And as long as that constitution is concerned, a local government executive cannot suspend a minister or any. In fact, the suspension.
When a ward can suspend local state national chairman.
You don't know.
What do you mean by that?
Learn, because you don't know.
Learn what? I've been in politics for over 31 years.
Suspension has to start from the ward. Suspension has to start from the ward to the local government.
What Senator and his ESCO did
is local government.
And
that is why you see the suspension of Senator meeting is from his word. It's from his word.
Because the local government chairman.
Suspension has to start.
So Enikin Lopobiri and David Lyon.
Enikin Lopobiri, if anybody is suspending him, has to be from the ward. From the wall.
So that suspension is invalid as far as you're concerned. What about the basis?
Wait.
Hold on. What about the basis?
Let me tell you another one. I'm coming. Just listen to me. Again, there is no ESCO as far as Bayelsa State is concerned.
How can you say this in public?
Bring my phone, I will show you the judgment.
How can you say this in public?
I will show you the judgment. There is a judgment. Bring my phone. There is a judgment. There is a judgment where, when they are doing these primaries, one barrister, the guy that was addressing the press just now, he took the party to court. There was an injunction stopping the election. And they refused to honor that court injunction, and they went into election.
So there is no state executive of the party.
In fact, that is why.
So with the national of the party be dealing with who now?
Let me tell you, that is why Tinubu primaries, no ESCO in Bayelsa voted. I was there. No ESCO in Bayelsa voted. But it was only the special delegates that voted, because they dare vote. Somebody can use that to nullify the election. Tinubu primaries. No ESCO, because the court has sacked them.
The court have not sacked them.
The judgment is there. Please, can you bring
gentlemen,
the stay was withdrawn.
The
stay was withdrawn, and they abandoned the case.
Who abandoned the case? Why would the persecution abandon? Look at what he said. Listen to him now. Who abandoned the case?
Let me ask you. His group.
You are the one persecuted. How will you say the
who persecute? Persecute what? Persecute what? They abandoned, because the judgment is there.
Let me ask you.
The judgment
the
is there.
basis upon
Who is the
which,
national of the party?
Gentlemen, can we please calm down? The basis upon which Heineken Lokobre and David Lyon were said to have been suspended. Can you talk about
anti-party?
that? Yes.
There was no anti-party anyway.
And some
Can
of,
I give there is no fact.
a moment,
There is no evidence. There is no fact.
Let me ask you.
Yes.
Is it true that Mr. Lokobre is being seen relating in some ways politically with the powers that be in the state who are of the PDP in Bayelsa State? Is it true or not?
Politically?
Yes.
No. Never.
Let me give you.
There has been no
Are
case.
there members of the APC who are in Doye Diri's cabinet?
They have left APC long. Because, see, let me tell you something. The day Timipri Silva was given ticket, most of the, especially the Lion supporters, most of them left the party.
But why are they seeing some of them? Just remember,
party.
why are they seeing some of you as though you are working against the party in the state?
Thank you very much.
How?
Thank you very much.
How?
Thank you very much.
What has happened that we are working against?
Thank you very much. I'm happy you have the national television.
Anything voted for Silva?
Where?
Where? You don't know.
Anything that mobilized, excuse me, I work closely with the media. The current minister mobilized people in his community, Ekeremo local government mobilized people in his ward to work and vote against the party. They only gave him his unit just to protect him as the minister.
That is not true.
When you're on national television, say the truth.
That is not true.
So why, okay,
what is the evidence you have?
At what point could a minister not win his local government for the party?
What is the evidence you have?
Excuse me, at what point could a minister of a Federal Republic of Nigeria could not win his local government for his party? So on that basis, why can you still retain him as a minister?
See,
then it doesn't have value.
When you float, win his local
when you float
did he win or not? Did he win or not?
When you float a candidate that is not sellable.
No, that's not the issue.
Heineken cannot go and force people to vote for Silva.
But what you and some of your group
just was a rotten candidate.
Don't say that in public. That's the wrong language.
Why is it that some of you and your colleagues are said to have been involved in illegality? Because what has happened, the suspension of a minister by these elements in the party is being seen as illegality. Why?
It cannot be an illegality because the party is based on principles.
There's a court judgment. Can you give me my phone? Let me float it out for you people to
see. Can you control him?
We need to, gentlemen.
Long before now.
Gentlemen, we need to close this. It does look like there are two personalities in all of this.
Yes.
And this is going to affect the bottom line. The people of Bayelsa State.
They are not bothered about the people.
The APC. And I'm talking, you are a supporter of Timipri Silva.
I'm a supporter of the party.
Which
party?
Excuse me.
How can your party move forward in all of this?
Did Heineken contest the election?
Did Heineken contest the election? How can your party go forward?
The only way the party can go forward is for the party to be united. And the only way the party to be united is for the party to shave out those internal traitors that are within the party and working against the party's interests. You can see them being suspended simultaneously. Because without being suspended...
How can the party go forward from here?
The party going forward is for the national to appoint a caretaker now.
Look at him.
Because there is no
the people that want to kill the party.
And we have been working towards that.
They don't have any stake.
Thank you so much for sharing your views on this matter. That's our show for tonight, everyone. Many thanks for watching. I'm Sean Kimberly. I'll see you next time. God bless Nigeria.